The NBA has gone on for over 75 years, so of course there's been super teams built, and there have been super teams that were failed experiments. To start us off, we have the 2017-2018 Oklahoma City Thunder, and they were led by MVP Russell Westbrook, a Carmelo Anthony, and a Paul George. Now, this team had championship aspirations after acquiring Paul George and Carmelo to follow Russell Westbrook's MVP season. And, they didn't really pan out. They were a first-round exit, bounced by Donovan Mitchell, and it didn't really, work out. The following season, they let Carmelo walk because they might have thought he was the problem. And it turns out he wasn't the problem, and they got bounced again by Damian Lillard.
Chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long-range three, and it's...
Failed super team number 2 is the 2011 to 2017 Los Angeles Clippers. And these Clippers were known as the Lob City Clippers, led by Blake Griffin, #1 overall draft pick, Chris Paul, point guard, we all know, and DeAndre Jordan. Now, they failed because of injuries. Chris Paul had a poor hamstring. Blake Griffin had numerous and countless amount of injuries. And without them two, DeAndre Jordan wouldn't be a first-team All-NBA player. So the Lob City Clippers are another team. After winning a championship in 2009 and 2010, the Los Angeles Lakers felt like they needed to reload and re-add some more talent. So they went out and got Dwight Howard, the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and Steve Nash, the 2-time MVP. But where did that have the team? It had them 45-37, and they made the playoffs. However, they got swept in the first round by the San Antonio Spurs. But why did this team fail? The world may never know. It was rumored that Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant, their methods of becoming better basketball players didn't really, mesh. So they had to part ways after one season. Next up, we have the 2013-2014 Brooklyn Nets team with Deron Williams, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Joe Johnson, and Brook Lopez. Now, this team was, a couple years past where they needed to be because Paul Pierce, old, Kevin Garnett, aged, Brook Lopez, not who he is today. And crazy fun fact, Brook Lopez is the leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets all time. Just a nugget right there. But this team was well past its prime with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett being the two cornerstones. They were just too old. So that's why they didn't really work out. Next up, we have another Lakers team. This is the 2003 to 2004 Lakers team, led by Kobe Bryant, Shaq, and Gary Payton and Karl Malone. I bet y'all didn't know Karl Malone played for the Lakers. Now, this team, they were just Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They were also past their prime. Kobe and Shaq had beef. Shaq would end up leaving a year or two later to go to Miami and win a championship with Dwayne Wade. But the two people they added, Malone and Payton, they were past their primes. Next up, we have a more recent super team. This is the 2021 to 2023 Brooklyn Nets. Only 3 seasons, and they're all in their prime. This is the James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant led Brooklyn Nets team that in a total of 3 years of having them, they made the playoffs 3 times, and won a combined 1 playoff series. And eventually, James Harden won it out. Kyrie and KD won it out. And they're all on 3 different teams now. Kyrie on the Dallas Mavericks, who just missed the playoffs. James Harden on the Philadelphia 76ers with potential MVP Joel Embiid, and they have a chance to make a finals run. And Kevin Durant on the Phoenix Suns, and they're looking prime to come out of the Western Conference this year. Lastly, we have one of the first ever super teams formed through player empowerment, and this is the Houston Rockets in 1998 and the 1999 season. Hakeem Olajuwon, Scottie Pippen, and Charles Barkley. The Houston Rockets put together a team of 3 future Hall of Famers and 3 players who were teammates on the 96 Olympic team. So why didn't they succeed? I just know they got bounced out in the first round by the Los Angeles Lakers with a Kobe and a Shaq. So, that dynamic duo, one of the best ever. But the 98-99 Houston Rockets. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'm One Trimmy, and thank you guys all for watching.